Go.
Yeah, what was the most disappointing part?
Probably the ease at which they scored some tries. We worked very hard for parts of the game, but and defended quite well. I mean, I think patches that second half, I think they had something like 14 sets to 4, I think, rolling through there. But there's some good efforts, but some very poor efforts, and we gifted some space for them just to run through, and that's disappointing, given that we worked fairly hard in other parts of the game. But we're quite an ugly game of footy from both teams, really. But to concede, end up 6 tries to 4. But out of those 6 tries, you say what they really worked for. I mean, a drop bomb and a one-on-one tackle on an edge, and turning out a few times, and men going through the line, but basically uncontested. Long break from halfway. So that's disappointing for the boys, and they're all shattered about that. And mixed in there somewhere is some very good efforts from the boys that backed up from Origin, just doing their job, rolling forward and doing their best out there. But we've probably got 9 out of 17 that are up to NRL standard out of that game, and the other guys aren't, because we can't maintain the quality you need to win in this competition. And they were pretty ugly tonight too, and they made a few unforced errors and a couple that we forced on good defensive plays, but we need to be a bit better than that to get the win.
Andy, like 20-12, did you see that coming? I mean, you seem to be in control. You're probably the better side at that point.
Yeah, I think we were. But even when we went up and 12-6, we had opportunities, but didn't quite take them. But the way that they got some points was disappointing. We have every right to defend. We talk about defending errors and defending penalties, and being able to back that up, and we need to do that. We weren't able to do that a couple of times and paid the price.
You say that probably 9 of the 17 were probably up to NRL standards. Is it time now with 4 and 9 to start making some changes and experimenting a bit with players? We've
moved some players in and out, and we had a couple of guys, Cleaper's in and Blake Leary today, but really there's a lot of that team that are NRL. They're here as NRL players, and we need to make sure that they need to be at that standard for 80 minutes. We do some very good things individually, and then we come up with an error that is very costly. It's costing us at the moment, and put it down to confidence or whatever. I mean, the boys are putting in a fair bit of work for each other. I think against a very big pack, we contain them quite well, for patches of that game. But when you look at conceding 6 tries, you go, where did they come from? And a couple of those are off a scrum, turn out, get beaten with speed, and Barber scores. Well, that's a set piece. By normal defensive standards, he shouldn't get points out of that. And we've been compromised there with our defence.
What's the early call on Morgo? Went off. Like his
Morgo's had a shoulder problem, and it looks like it's ongoing. But he was okay for a while. He got another knock on it, but it's reoccurring. He's got a bit of a. I'm not sure what's wrong with it, but it's obviously not right.
How close was Jonathan to playing tonight?
He was pretty close. But he just wasn't right. We did a fitness test this morning, and it wasn't worth pushing him to try and and with the possibility of further injury. So we're cautious about that, and he was keen to play, but really when we did the test, he wasn't. He's not running right.
Robert Lewis' performance, is that a positive tonight?
Sorry?
Robert Lewis' performance was positive?
Oh, look, yes at no times. Look, we're patchy. I mean, we kick 3 times into legs and kick it dead on tackle 4, and turn out for a try. I think that's patchy. I'm being honest there. That's just how it is. If you look at the game, that's how it is. He knows that. But in parts he's sharp and really creative. Nice short pass. He created opportunities for us, and that's the thing. But you've got to sustain that for 80 minutes, and he certainly got that in him. And so we need him to get that consistency.
When you talk about honesty, Neil, is it hard for you as a coach to deal with the speculation that's going around with you at the moment? How do you feel about?
Oh, look, it's part of the territory, mate. We're performing. We're hurting, we're disappointed. It doesn't mean we don't, we train any less harder, or we don't prepare, or coaches don't work hard to get a result. We're all in it together, and that speculation has happened, and like anything else, that'll hang around until we turn things around, regardless, of what we're thinking internally. So I can't let that be a distraction to my work. We need to get out there and work hard and strive towards stringing a few wins together, which we need to do.
So you don't think about it too much?
What can you do? You deflect it and move on. I mean, it's like speculation about players and movements and form and things like that. They have to do the same thing. We're on the same boat, and we have high expectations. The club and fans do, and the team is not achieving those at the moment. Accountability, ends up resting with the head coach, and I take the responsibility there. We get into the rest of the season.
Scotty, was that equally as disappointing tonight, given that you were up by 8 early in the second half there?
Yeah, look, I'm feeling really good at half time. I think we gave them a late try there in the first half, but we felt in control. We knew that if we just turned around and did the simple things right, get field position, get our kick, get our chase, get to the end of our sets. We spoke about that. That's what it was going to take, and we just couldn't do it.
What changed with the 25 minutes to go? You looked as if you had the momentum going all your way.
I'd like to know, mate. It's just, I think one of those things. We just fell off the ball. Like Neil said, we were very patchy. We'll play unbelievable footy for periods of a time. We contain them. We defend really well, make them kick long. Vice versa, we were given plenty of metres, and we got ourselves in a position where we're putting attacking kicks in, but we're kicking into legs or we're kicking out in the full. We're just not mounting enough pressure, and I think we had a period of time there when midway through the second half we just let them off the chain too many times. That gives sides confidence. Certainly gave them confidence. A couple of penalties, tough penalties, but then we make individual errors on our line and gift them 6 points.
I mean, how hard is it to turn around the other season? I mean, you've got the origin period still to go through the next 4 weeks. Is it hard to stay in touch with the top 8? Like, how hard would the battle be?
It's going to be tough, it's no doubt. We know what we've got in front of us. But the good thing is we've got a pretty good run in. We've got a lot of home games. We're playing the footy that can win matches. You see that tonight. Everyone can see it. We're certainly putting ourselves in a position to win games of footy. We just need to find that that extra 5% to put sides away. If we can do that, we've got the team to go on a run. If we can get some momentum, gain some confidence, we can certainly give this competition a crack.
Do you think it's fair that all the burden should fall on Neil's shoulders, or what about the players?
Definitely not, mate. He's not the one out there dropping balls and kicking into legs and turning out on a try line. There's got to be a certain amount of accountability, and that comes back to the players. It comes back to me as captain. It comes back to our halves, hooker, for getting our ends our sets. It's a club focus. I think the nature of the beast is the head coach does cop the pressure from externally. But at the moment, you can't really blame Neil for what happened out there.
Will JT be back next week?
He should be. That was the premise was playing at home today. It'd be a real risk, but he should be right for the Dragons game next Friday night. So we'll hopefully be right for that. I'm sure. I think he will anyway for it.
And Rory cost Jason. What was the problem with him?
Oh no, Rory's playing Queensland Cup, so it's an opportunity to give Blake Leary, wanted to give Ray Thompson more time. I thought he was very good for us. A lot of defensive work and played forward well. So we're looking to try and give him more time, and he got that tonight.
Is that looking like it might be a sort of option in the hooking position there going forward?
Ray, yeah, I've got plenty of confidence in Ray can handle that role. He's very fit and good tackle technique. I thought he did a good job. So, we need to. Rory's more of a utility player, I suppose, than Ray is, and Ray's really warming to the task there. So, he's potentially an 80-minute hooker for us.
Sorry to ask again about sort of the speculation about yourself, but have you gone to the board to ask for any assurances or anything like that?
Look, the board's been on the record. Peter Jourdain said that already, so I think that's been covered and squared off.
that makes you feel pretty comfortable then? Not comfortable, but you know what I mean.
As comfortable as I take his word. Thank you.